Hey everyone, it's Miss S, and I'm going to take a couple minutes to teach you how to have your students create a copy of a Google Doc. Really specifically, my intention here is to have my students create a document where they can type an essay or a story here, but I've also provided a pre-made feedback form that I want them to use later. So they would type here and draft here, and then when they get into peer review groups, they would have this available, and I will have them share that with their group, and then their group members can directly write on this document so that the original author has all of the feedback for their essay from here directly on that same page. So that's my intent. And let me show you the two different ways. So we want to go to share, and we can share a link with students. So you want to make sure that your settings are on anyone with a link, or if you're in a school district that's restricted, it might say anyone within IUSD or CNUSD or whatever your district is. I want to make sure that my viewer is, or my option here is set to viewer, because I want my students to be able to view but not make edits. And I'm going to copy that link. So I would need to then share that link with my students. There are websites like tinyurl.com where you can paste a URL and it will make a tiny URL, and then you can copy that. Or you can use Bitly, or you could email that out to your students, or drop it in a message in Google or in Canvas or whatever learning management system you are using. So once they have that link, they would be on a page that looks just like this, only they don't have edit access. And what I would have them do then is go up to File and make a copy. So here, one of the things I'm going to instruct my students to do is change the name. It drives me crazy when my students leave copy of on there, but I also, for organization purposes, want them to change this. So first, I'm going to have them put the class period they're in, then their last name, and then their first name. Okay, and this will help with sorting later. So when I go to sort in a Google page, this would be useful to me. Something that trips students up is if they do not change the folder, it will tell them they cannot save. So that's because they're trying to save it into my folder, which they don't have access to. So what I need to do is have them click on the folder and back all the way out to their own drive. And I'll say, once they're here, it'll say my drive. They can go into their drive, choose a folder or create a folder. And I like to have them create a folder for my specific class. And you can see I've been doing this, and I'm going to go ahead and select that folder, and I will go ahead and click OK. And now you can see it'll pop up that they have their own copy, and you can see it's their own copy because the name is here. Now, if they, for whatever reason, put that into the wrong folder, they can use this option here, and you'll see how that works in the next part of this video. Okay, so this is one option for sharing, having students make a copy of a document. Another option is to take that same link that we copied here and turn it into a force copy link. So you can do this wherever you'd like. I'm just going to do it right here on the screen in front of you. And yeah, I'm going to paste that link, and you can see if I take off, highlight all the way to the end of the word or the beginning of the word edit, and delete that and write the word copy, this link now becomes an automatic force copy link. So I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, so when they click on that, they're going to see a force copy, and they will click make a copy. And this will automatically save into their drive. And I'm again going to instruct them to come up here and change the name of their document. Let's say this is Jane Doe or Jane Smith. Jane Okay, so I have them change that there. Now, this just saves into their drive. It may save in a place that makes sense, it may not, but you can come up here and have them move it. Okay, so if you want it to be in a specific place, they can go into move, go into their drive, and select the folder they want it to be in. So I might say move here, and then you can see that it has moved. So those are two options for having students copy a document. And again, specifically for this case, I want them to have this form on the bottom that's already pre-made so that when they get into groups, they have a really clear guide of where to put information.